is like the washcloths and towels and because it'd be times where we'll run through a whole bunch of, wash garments and like that. I'm like, oh, this the last towel. Like, what the all the time? Fuckers be downstairs in the basement, so I got throw a load in that bitch, and I'm like, that's just.
Oh, y'all swap them out every day.
Yeah, why not live like that?
You say we rich, y'all rich.
No, we're not rich. We got a bunch of towels. The same situation with your undergarments and shit like that. We just got like a bunch we just got a bunch of towels and washcloths, so we can kind of do that. So it's kind of like, all right, there's usually a separate load for towels and washcloths and shit.
I mean, that's not a bad idea if we had enough. We ain't got enough towels and washcloths for that. Like literally, I would have to go out and buy a towel every paycheck just to have enough that, all right, here's 14 towels.
Yeah,
that's
more than
every week.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the According to West podcast. As always, we got DeLaw here.
You have the reigning, defending, undisputed, fighting fantasy football champion of the world. God. You have DeLaw, the sober son-in-law, in the building.
And you have me, West. And are you sober because you showed your ass off last Sunday when your wife told you not to?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just sober because I haven't started drinking.
So because you went to church.
And then once I start drinking, then I'll be DeLaw, the devil's son-in-law.
Look, at least you got your priorities straight. You go to church. You don't drink or eat pork before you go to church. But as soon as you got out of church, you already eating pork. And you can't wait to make that drink. That's how it's supposed to go.
Exactly. Because I'm Jesus strong.
Hallelujah, praise the Lord, thank you, Jesus.
Yo, sure. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
That's what he kept saying today. He said, you keep making it through because you're Jesus strong.
Jesus strong.
Jesus strong.
Hey, why not? Shout out to him. Shout out to Jesus, the man above, and his mother Mary. Shout out to her. And his stepdaddy Joseph. Shout out to him. Because he could have turned Mary away. Because having a kid and your wife say she a virgin, but she pregnant, that's faith right there.
Yeah.
And it ain't yours.
It ain't yours, but he's saying you about to have this baby.
You about to have this baby. Shout out to all the biblical figures out there. Yo,
this water's really.
I'm about to ask a question like you know the answer to. I'm like, yo, so what do you think Joseph doing right now up in heaven? Like, what Mary and Joseph doing right now up in heaven?
Well, I mean, I wish I would know. So, because they're more than likely they're, as the old folks say, they praising and worshiping the Lord and enjoying their many crowds they got.
True. True.
Have you tried that slap your mama seasoning?
That's is that a black? Is that with a lady on the front? Is it in black and white?
It's in multiple colors, but not black and white. It's if I'm not mistaken, it's Creole seasoning.
Nah, it sounds like it. No, I haven't tried that. What's the
It's it tastes like Creole. Honestly, it tastes like Creole seasoning, really. And it's quite delightful.
Nah, I've been thinking with the traditional sazon shit called farm dust from
Farm dust.
Yeah, it's I forgot the brand. Old Dutch something I got from one of these farms. I know that sounds crazy. I probably got it from Miller's farm, but it's not their thing. It's I don't know where I get it from. I just go on Amazon and reorder it each and every time we run out. So farm dust, sazon, butter, herb, lemon, something, lemon pepper. The traditionals. That's what I stick with when it comes to dry shit.
Okay.
So yeah. Nah, I never had it.
Hey man, it happens. It happens.
Yo, I feel like you got a story for us.
I got a lot of stories.
Yeah, I feel like you got a recent story for us.
Do I got a story for us? I might have a story. It's a lot that's been going on. It's a lot.
Listen, when it come to work, we got to work off your work stories because I could get sued or or fired.
You know, it's hard to get fired from the state.
Oh man.
Man, we did bring in this new chick. So mind you, she's a Gen Z.
What is that? What age group is that?
She's after us. She's after the millennials.
Oh, okay.
So you know, I'm like, so I'm assuming she should be tech savvy.
Nah,
this bitch ain't. No, she ain't.
Here's the thing. I used to think that the tech savviness was like a age thing, just like you thinking, right? And then I got into the profession. I'm like, nah, it's just people that just comprehend it and don't comprehend it. Like, They know how to do certain things, like on their phone and stuff like that. But when you start talking all this other stuff and how to solve problems, basic problems that I would think is basic, it's not gonna happen. It's like when I was working for Amazon doing an IT or whatever, like that part-time job. I can say that shit now because I ain't working there no more. I used to think software developers were smart when it came to that. Not at all. They would frustrate me to no end when it came to certain things because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, you're smart. You should be able to get what I'm saying and what you need to do. And the answer is just no. They just know how to code. And
yeah,
that's it.
Code is a bitch.
But nah, man. They know how to do what they know how to do. That's what I realized. They know how to do what they know how to do.
Man. So she comes around to my cubicle.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'm getting really frustrated. Can you help me with something? I'm like, okay, what you need? How do you put a drop-down menu in Excel? I'm just looking at her like, are you serious?
I don't know how to do that. I don't use Excel either. I don't know how to do that.
I'm like, what you mean? A drop-down menu in Excel? I'm like, did you go to data? No. Did you go to data validation? No. Well, is that how you do it? And I was like, well, technically, yes, this is how you do it. I said, well, why are you doing it in Excel? You do know the state uses Google. Well,
Google Sheets.
Yeah, I'm like, if you had Google Sheets, it'd be a whole lot easier. They did a whole thing where they wanted you to use, and they said, hey, do you want to try this new form using drop-down? It was like, well, I want to do it in Excel. So,
Learn what your job is telling you to do, because if you learn how to do it in Excel, what are you really doing at your job?
Yeah.
When they say to use Google. Here's the thing. Even when it comes to stuff like that, like I just said, I don't know. You know what I do? I Google it.
Google it.
Yeah.
Same thing I thought that, normal people would do.
Yeah.
Nope, you walk around to 3 cubicles to find out, does anyone know how to do it? You know what we all did when she kept asking questions? Pull out our phones and Google it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't make this shit up today. Like, come on, you a whole 21 years old and you asking about Excel? Like,
I'll tell you like this. It's getting to the point where I don't even Google. I will go on because Bing got Copilot, and I'll just ask Chat GTP and be like, yo, how do you blah, 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 blah. It will summarize. It will give me links to point me in the direction where they got this shit from. Boom, boom, boom. So I don't even Google anymore, to be honest. I kind of just like ask the AI, like, yo, how do you blah, blah, blah. Rather than Google, you typing in blah, blah, blah. You're looking at the links, you're looking at pictures. Maybe one might have a video. I ain't got time for all that shit. Summarize this shit for me. Let me get to the point and let me get back to work. So she ain't that smart.
Not at all. And look, and that wasn't even the worst part. So when we were like, come on, you supposed to know this, you Gen Z, you guys y'all were born with technology. So, we started going through all the shit we had to do back.
Millennials are the real generation that was born with technology. think about it. We seen the beginning and up until what it is right now from the beginning. Our parents were just starting to see computers. We were born with computers, so we had to go through all the processes of what a computer is, what the internet is, to what it is right now.
Yeah.
We are the last of a dying breed. We're always going to understand A to Z. They understand Z.
Yeah. But because you know us, most of us millennials in there, except for one of the other guys. And we're like, well, what was your first cell phone you had? So now we're going into
you're proving my point already.
Like, what kind of phone did you get with
iPhone?
Oh, well, my first phone was an iPhone 5.
Oh, we want to know what mine was? I don't even know what it was. A Motorola something.
Mine
flip
was
phone.
a flip
flip
mine
phone.
was a Sprint flip phone. I think it was a Motorola.
Oh no, mine wasn't the first. Mine was a Sprint Metro PCS something.
Yeah,
that's what mine was.
I was like, you had a flip phone. She said, oh, my sister's first phone was that one we slide up. We was like a Sidekick. I said that came out when I was in college.
So her sister's how old? 40?
27.
Nah, that couldn't have been. Oh, it must have been the Android version of the.
Yeah.
Because remember they did one last hurrah and it was had Android built in, but that was still like in 2010.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently they both got cell phones when they were like 7 or 8 or 9. I'm like,
rich.
7, 8 or 9. I'm like, Jesus.
And it was an iPhone.
Yeah, I was like, man. I said, look, my parents finally got a cell phone that they shared. The thing looked like a giant cancer block. You had to pull out the antenna. You got to reach around trying to find a
good cell signal.
A cell signal just to use it. They don't let you be somewhere where you're in a basement. You ain't getting no signal in there. She's like, well, I mean, it's like, yeah, nah. Then she's like, well, how old are you guys? And when we told her how old we were, she's like, y'all like 5 years older than me. I was like, what kind of math are you doing? You're 21. We're in our 30s. I'm in my late 30s. Well, that's only like 5 years. I said, now, is this girl math or Gen Z math? Because I know y'all dumb in math anyway.
Jeez Louise, man.
I was like, yo, there's no way that you're talking about, like, you like 5 years older than me. I said, so if I'm 5 years older than you,
why don't you know this?
Why don't you know this? That means you're a millennial.
True. Put it this way, that frustrated you. I get frustrated when we both me and a colleague in the same profession, we both got trained the same type of way by the same person. And it's a year and a half later and you still asking me how to do basic stuff. That's another reason, most likely, how I got this position anyway, because it's kind of like, he made me look good. And I'm just like, just by him being,
being dumb as shit.
Listen, I ain't say that.
You said you said it. You said it, but you didn't say it. But you said it.
Not saying that. I'm just saying I applied myself, and he did not. And that's how that shit work in real life. Sometimes people do see you applying yourself.
You ain't got a lot. Look,
or maybe it's just that sometimes people that you work with do so much worse than you that you just outshine them by doing basic shit. I couldn't tell you which one it is. All I know is I'm thankful. And yeah.
He was just dumb as shit.
I ain't say that.
He's dumb as shit.
I ain't say that. Come on, man. You just left church, man. Jesus strong, man. What are you doing? You like all that's out the window as I pour me up another drink.
Did you go to church today?
No.
Never mind.
I shouldn't laugh at that. Nah, I am not a model Christian. I did not go to church. And even though I had the chance to actually attend service virtually, I did not do that either. So I was telling my wife I need to get back into that. Only because I'm like, yo, I know this sounds crazy. I was listening to the word one time virtually, like which I was doing the church thing, my mom's church, and I was lifting weights, and I was like, man, this is getting me through my whole workout.
Really? You were working out?
And at church, I am not lying.
Oh gosh.
I was able to see my nephew in the choir singing and stuff like that. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is a bet. I love this virtual stuff. And that's what technology should be, improving upon people's lives. I'm still getting the word.
Yeah, still getting the word.
Still getting this workout in.
Shit,
So,
that's what I would do.
I look, I encourage you to, but wifey might have other plans. Wifey might have other plans.
At one point, I was even I'll be grocery shopping and
listening. One of my homies be playing video games with us and be listening to a word. But we be playing Call of Duty and we be like saying stuff and he'd be like, my bad, y'all, I'm listening to church. I'm like, yo, not get off, but how do you tell your homie, like, pay attention, somebody's coming through the back door and you just like, and he's listening to, the word. Like, how do you even fuss at him?
I don't know.
And that was those Sundays were some of the most aggravating Sundays. I know this sounds bad, but some of the most aggravating Sundays ever, because it's just kind of like, all right, man. All right. We would just like not, how could I put it? He's muted anyway to a degree, so it's just more or less like we operating without him and he's, backup if he's actually you know what I mean?
Right.
So same thing, like if like one of our wives come into the room and wanting to start talking and stuff, it happens to all of us. Like, I'm gonna go on mute, y'all, and we already know what that means. Somebody came in talking, they not gonna be paying attention. You don't have them as backup. You might have to protect them.
I used to do that during 2K.
Because they get fussed. Look, at Call of Duty, they get fussed at, but they looking at a rock, and you like, yo, people coming, and they're just looking at a rock like this. And you like, fuck, gotta protect this dumbass. Or he coming in on the next lobby change, or whatever. Like, it is what it is.
Shit, during 2K, I wouldn't even take a shot. If I was tutoring or if I was or my wife was talking to me, I wouldn't even take a shot. I'd just be out there just playing
defense. Yeah.
I wouldn't even come all the way up court.
Yeah. There's too much concentration. Like, yo, you get I find it funny how you like, oh shit, I'm going on mute, y'all. I'm going to go on mute. And this new Call of Duty and this new 2K is supposed to be something spectacular. So I got both of those games competing with everything.
Yeah, that's what they were saying, that 2K was supposed to be good. I was listening to All City, and he was like, if 2K does what they did in the beginning of last year where defense mattered, you couldn't just hit any shot, it was some bump steals if you dribble too much. If you enhance that with the dribble and all the other stuff and don't touch the game because all the people who influence you to change it because they can't score and you don't touch it, you'll have a very competitive game where people got to learn how to play. And he was like, all those people those dribble guys who like to do all that dribble and everything else, he said, just like any other 2K, they'll figure it out. Just like in real life, they have to figure it out. Like, how it was when we were younger going to the court. It was like, pick this and one mixtape, motherfucker. Like, just doing everything. But could they really shoot? Could they really do anything outside of that? That's what they came to the court to do, was just that. Couldn't shoot, didn't know how to play defense, didn't know how to do anything. Right. Same thing. So we shall see. I haven't you pre-ordered your shit, right? I pre-ordered it. Yeah, you get to play it like Wednesday if you pre-order, right? You said it's September 4th. Yeah, that's Wednesday. I think September 9th is when it, or September 6th. When it dropped, yeah. I'm gonna probably pre-order today. I haven't, what's that date? September 4th, right? Yeah, Wednesday. I ain't gonna lie. I might call out. We'll see how it goes, man. Yo, but knowing my old responsible ass, I'll probably play 2 hours of that shit. It probably start doing something else responsible. And I'm like, what's the fucking point of calling out? I got a question for you. Shorty. I don't know if I asked this question last time we talked because I can't remember. I'm gonna ask it again because I felt like I asked you, but I didn't ask you.
So your mom yelled at you when you were a kid, right?
All the time.
Do you think that affected how we respond to our wives or girlfriends that we accept it because our mom yelled at us? Versus saying something back to them like, no, you're not going to speak to me this way, that we just accept it because they're a woman, that we look at them as like, well, my mom always yelled at me, or that we were conditioned to just take the yelling and just man up and just deal with it.
Nah. I see where you're going with that. I personally don't think it's because my mom yelled, because my stepdad yelled too. So I don't think it's because of that.
You be, but you know what? You're more likely to beat a nigga up because he raised his voice at you than another woman.
Yeah, but I wasn't also going to try to beat my mom up or my stepdad up either. I might have feelings of towards it or whatever. That doesn't mean I don't have those feelings. Like I'm not, like it's not okay. And some of the stuff that I was getting yelled at was rightfully so. Mm-hmm. I would honestly say I see what you're going with that, but I think we're conditioned, me personally, just from my experience. I think that I am conditioned for that because it was always pushed in front of you that somehow a woman can do no wrong.
And
so if she is yelling at you or something is bad, it's probably something that you did. So from birth, I can almost say that has been the atmosphere because the black woman was a strong black woman, and this and that. She deals with so much, and this and that. There's a lot of ain't shit niggas, and they're not taking care of their kids and stuff like that. That was kind of like my environment. My mom never pushed any of that stuff that I'm saying. But outside of my mom's house or whatever have you, that was just kind of like the sentiment. Like, you don't put your hands on women. Of course, you should never do that. You talk to them with kindness and respect. You should always do that. So it's like when they come out of pocket, sometimes without the right male influence, you're thinking that, yo, you did something wrong. Even the phrase of like, yo, no matter what, if y'all arguing, apologize. Even if you are right, apologize. That it reinforces that shit. All of us have heard that shit. So it's kind of like, I don't think my mom yelling at me conditioned me for that. I think the society or the world was already like that, and I'm born into that shit. It's only up until you start talking to older guys that fight against that shit and it works for them and they show you how it worked for them because it worked for their grandfather or their great grandfather or their great uncle. Like, this is how it's supposed to go. Stick your chest out when you saying shit. You don't stick your chest out to your mom because that is your parent. But as you get older, you start saying stuff with your chest as a adult son and shit like that. So,
well, I only asked because I seen this youngin outside. And he's sitting there talking to his girlfriend, and she up there calling him, you know what, you being so soft, you being a bitch. Like, yo, da-da-da-da. And like, I mean, like,
I broke up with a girl for telling you that.
I mean,
you know the story.
I mean, downgrading him. Like, I'm just like, and he just sitting there eating it. And in my head, I'm like, I wonder why. And then it hit me. I said, what if, and like, I think she had called him stupid. Like, mind you, this is in passing, and she's
my mom never said that. So that's,
well, no, she never. I'm not saying your mom ever said. I'm just saying, like, mind you, this is in passing. I'm like walking to my building, and she's loud, so I'm hearing her before I even get across the street to walk past the building. She done called him stupid. She done called him this, everything under the sun. Like, are you stupid? Like how dumb you have to be? And in my head, I'm like. And I'm walking, I'm like, and then I had like this epiphany, like, wait, what if his mom, every time he did something wrong, just degraded him so badly that he's just so numb to it that he just lets his girlfriend do it because that's just what he thinks women do.
So that's different from yelling. You ain't explain that. That's verbal abuse. I could understand that. Yelling is not always like what you're.
Oh, yelling's not always that. That's why I was like,
when I got yelled at, it was literally because I did something wrong and I understood what the fuck I did wrong. Like, that's totally different. My mom was not a yell at you just because it's like, type of motherfucker. Right. But my grandmother,
what I saw so that you could understand what I was saying. But yeah, in the grand scheme of it, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder if his mother, every time he did something wrong, came home with a bad paper. Like, you be that damn dumb nigga? Like,
I can challenge you that. I can challenge that with experience though. Just because this is my family. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she was like that to two of my uncles. She was kind of just like that to everybody if she could be that way. Not to my mom, but because my mom wasn't raised by her to a degree. But she was very demeaning and degrading whenever she was angry or you didn't do what she wanted you to do.
Right.
So I can say for one uncle, he don't take that shit from nobody because of that. He when she was alive, he didn't even like being around her when it came to like family functions and shit, even though he was a grown ass man. And then another uncle, he to a degree, he kind of takes that stuff from her, or he took that stuff from her. But as far as his relationships with other women, maybe he did. But I know my other uncle, the oldest, he did not take that shit from nobody. So I'm gonna say probably so, yeah. Probably so. But that's abuse though. That's abuse at that point. That's just like someone physically putting their hands on you, you think it's okay.
Right.
So someone verbally saying this shit you think is okay because you start to feel like, yo, well, it must be true, and this is why they're talking to me this way. I deserve this shit, I would imagine. But just yelling at me, nah, my mom yelled, and it was for a reason. I'm not gonna say rightfully so she yelled, but it was it wasn't demeaning. Yeah, it wasn't demeaning or anything like that.
It wasn't like, oh, you know what, I'm just mad, and now I'm just gonna just talk shit to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy that like you can go deep into the rabbit hole with that shit. You could be like, how men choose certain women and vice versa. That might be the reason why men typically choose that type of stuff because those type of women because they think that shit is love. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They think that's how they're used to that shit, even though it hurts their feelings from time to time. They're used to it. They don't know what it is not to be that. I don't have that. It's not my experience, but sounds like it sucks. Yeah, man. People get real nasty when in relationships. Here's the thing: in relationships like that, like when you start to be vulnerable and shit with a woman and shit like that, and she finds a ways to still demean you or like easier to demean you and shit like that because she knows how to hit the buttons. That's a motherfucker you just need to just like go cold turkey and just roll out. Even if y'all living together, leave all your shit. Take your PlayStation, but leave all that shit there, and just don't go back to the house. That's not a healthy space for you at all.
Yeah, I get it. Me and my wife, we're good in our relationship, but we're not that old in our relationship where she's like, Nick, I don't give a shit. Go down there and I'm trying to get this bed to myself type shit. We aren't there yet.
Listen, me. I guess we are there. My wife would just come downstairs and just be there. It's not so much of like, yo, you doing something and we need to be, I need you to entertain me type shit or, she's, like we spend enough time of actual bonding and talking throughout the day, whether it's like sending each other memes and shit or, she getting home and we, talking about our day and decompressing and shit. So when it comes time to that, she's like, all right, yeah, do your thing. Like, I'm gonna go do my nails. I'm like, all right. Well, she'll come downstairs. She's like, can I come? I'm like, yeah. She ends up falling asleep. I'm, down,
She'll do that if I just came home from work and she knows it's my time that I'm decompressing. Because like I was telling one day, I said, it's not that I don't mind my decompression time being around her, but
no, I personally would mind that. So thank goodness we come home at separate times. Oh, so I know that time when like I can, personally, and then we'll kind of do it together, if that makes any sense. Like, yo, I missed you, blah, blah, blah. How was your day? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I mean, and like I was telling her, like, she's like, oh, well, you don't have time for me. You always play that stupid game. I'm like, well, all day I have to deal with someone telling me what to do. I come home. You want my decompression time to be with you, which means that now I'm also coming home to be told what to do. I play video games so that I can have that hour and a half of not being told. Mind you, it still tells you what to do, oddly enough. Yeah, but you could do it, and if you fuck up, you just do it again.
Yeah.
Or, like in the Division 2, even though they give me projects I have to do, I don't have to do them unless I want to, I do them, but I don't have to do them in an order. It's just like, you know what? I feel like just killing a bunch of shit and free roaming and shit.
You use video games as decompression?
Yeah.
I can't do that. Me personally.
I don't have no, if I don't use video games, I'll be doing this all day.
I got you.
As soon as I get in the house, like during COVID.
You need to find another thing. I ain't gonna say you need to, but that's besides alcohol, of course. But
yeah,
when you just different. Like I have to decompress, but it's just not how could I put it? The things I have to decompress from, I can't play video games effectively the way I want to if those things are still there. You know what I mean?
Because you're in the technology industry.
Yeah. So yeah. So going into that, like I'm like, yo, I can't play video games the way I want to. So my decompression is like, we sit down, maybe sometimes pour me a drink or whatever, or just silence for like 10, 15 minutes, or you kick your shoes off, you just sit there and take a deep breath, more or less low key, not meditating, but just like unwinding and shit.
Yeah.
And it's only after that where I could be like, all right, what's my next thing to do? And that's either, fuck around and prepare for the next day. And if I want to be entertained, watching TV or video games.
Well, the other part is, let me get closer to the mic because she's upstairs. The other part is, it's the only way I can get her to not to ask me to do shit if I'm doing something, unless she really needs to do it.
You just need to be on top of all that shit like I am.
Well, I can be on top of all of it.
No, you're right. I should have never said that because I know exactly what you're about to say, and it is very true. It's always something to do. It's always something to do. Even if you did 18 things, there's a 19 and a 20 that I need you to do.
Yep, I could have taken out the trash, got the mail, washed the dish, unload the dishwasher. I could did all that, and it'd be like, "Hey, do you mind doing this?"
Yo, I did my 19 for the day. I'm done.
Right. So it's one of those things where, because I do more physical stuff.
Yeah.
At some point, I just want to be like, you know what? Even if it's 2K. And I got to do certain things in 2K. It's just, I'm doing it because I want to play basketball.
That's the key. So I get what you're saying now. Like, the reason why I can't is because my shit is all mental and thinking and shit like that. I don't really want to jump right into, the mind games or video games or playing 2K and, fucking with somebody or Call of Duty. I don't want to jump right into that. You, on the other hand, you like, yo, I've been doing physical shit. I just want to sit down. This is a good way for me to sit down and turn my fucking brain off.
Right.
And this and this. But I need my brain to actually turn the fuck off.
Right.
Before
even because, even for me to be in logistics and do inventory and do numbers all day and count shit and lift shit, and then I come home and I do math tutoring. To me, I've never once I don't turn my brain on unless it's something very complicated. So let's say someone's like, I got some calculus I do. Then I got to turn my brain on. Other than that, for a lot of this shit, I don't turn my brain on. When I'm at work, simple math, simple volume formula. What the hell am I turning my brain on for? I just need to make sure I ain't doing nothing dumb. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So it's more of a, it's not that I had to turn my brain on. It's more of a, now I just want to relax because now they got me doing shit that doesn't require me to turn my brain on. I got to turn my muscles on.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
And then, I played the video, once when my wife sees me playing it, then she's like kind of, oh, okay, I'm not going to bother you because I know you're tutoring and it's your time to decompress. You'll go upstairs and watch TV.
Yeah.
And then once tutoring is done, as the agreement is, I stop playing video games. And then, the rest of my time is whatever we decide we're going to do.
Yeah.
But I had to tell her, I was like, look, as soon as I get home, I tutor. Then you want my time that I'm done tutoring to be with you. At what point do I get time to myself? You keep telling me self-care, self-love, blase, but I can't do it if, you know how that conversation always goes. It goes into, get a better paying job. Like,
well, yeah. And I get that. And however it works is as long as it works, you know what I mean? As far as like getting your time and she getting her time and y'all getting your time together.
I did go to see SmackDown in DC. So I went to see Raw and I went to see SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to Raw, right, when it was my same boy, he brings his homegirl, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, whatever. And she's and he's like, yeah, this is my homegirl. Yeah, she married. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's cool. I'm not sure why he told me she's married. I'm married, whatever. So he explains to me why he told me.
He was like, okay, go ahead.
He explained to me why he told me it because it's his little joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, okay.
It's his little joint. Now, mind you, yeah, he got his own situation going on. She got hers going on. And so she was asking me this crazy question. And I call it crazy because she don't know Mrs. Smith. And I was like, she was like, so you ain't got no evidence? I said, hell no, I do. I said, man, my wife will kick my ass, her ass, and then come back with that girl and kick my ass again. Hell no, I ain't fucking around with that woman like that. Fuck you think? I said, that motherfucker can move a refrigerator. You think she won't put me over her head and throw me out the balcony? Shit.
Man. She probably put you through the wall head first. Exactly. Be sticking out the wall like a cartoon character or some shit.
I was like, she was looking at me like, are you serious right now? I said, in all fairness, I got married to not do that. Like, why get married to do the same shit? Like,
it's not only that, definitely that. That's number one. But number two, like I was talking to my homeboy the other day, I was like, who the fuck got time for all that shit? Like,
exactly.
I mean, people wanting time and energy and shit like that. And you want to do that? You willingly want to try to do that for two?
Mm-hmm. I mean, in my head,
where's your time at? Like, what do you do?
In my head, it's not like a chick doing that with a side dude, because side dudes got shit they want to do.
Yeah, and
literally, you just slide them through when they're available.
Right, man.
Women ain't they
want to be in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like even the ones that ones that be like oh well I know he's married, blah blah. They still say they're in a relationship,
and then not only that, whenever they feel like they would need to, they will ruin your shit just because they ain't got shit to lose. Because you should have been in their head like, oh no, you ain't gotta leave her, but you should have been left her. Mm-hmm. It always turns to that with them, from my experience. I ain't really, but
I had to tell her. I had to tell that chick. I was like, as much as y'all keep saying y'all the better cheaters, I can guarantee you, if women played their roles, men would never get caught unless they just were just sloppy.
No, so here's the thing: they're the better ones because of us.
Right.
That makes any sense. It's not the fact that they're not playing a role. It's the fact that what they say and what they need and require are two different things. You literally have to treat that motherfucker like your girl. There is you're better off dealing with a prostitute if you think like I'm just coming in here for like some pussy or whatever have you, or dealing with a OnlyFans chick. Like that's the only way that works. So it only works because we, at some point, the man gonna be like, fuck this. I just want to do this. And she gonna be like, no.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only, and then it starts getting sloppy or whatever have you.
And then the women that do cheat, they find dudes that's like, oh, all right, well, you with your husband. You could pull up to the bar with your husband and that nigga won't make a scene.
He might even leave.
He might even, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, fam? Yeah, nah, she be here all the time with us, man. We take good care of her.
Don't even talk to her. Just like, don't blow her.
Dude, I've seen it all. We been in, oh shit. I said, ain't that your girl? Oh, nah, she with her husband. Oh, okay, cool. And they know, and they play their role. I go, oh, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Whatever your name is. Oh, hey, what's going on? Hey, that's your husband? Hey, she talks about you all the time. Like, just, I'm like,
that shit's scary.
But guys play their role. It's one of those things where,
unless you're a hating ass bitch of a man, and there's a lot of them.
Well, see, but you know what it is, and I think where men mess up at is, and I ain't gonna say that's where they mess up at. They tell them the truth. A lot of men tell women up front what it is, and they still
because the woman think they can change the situation, or they gonna be the one. Mm-hmm. And then when he says you ain't the one, that's when they are willing to blow up your spot.
And dudes ain't doing that unless you burnt them. Like, listen, if you told a dude like, all right, look, I'm about to work this out with my husband. Hey, nah, go do your thing. Yeah. Because men are simple people. If you decide, dude, and I'm not saying this from experience, but I'm gonna say it because I know how it is. If you decide, dude, you ain't gotta have no conversations with her. You ain't gotta take her out nowhere, really, especially if you're her side, dude. You really ain't gotta do nothing. You just come through. You do what you want to do. You have fun. You roll out. That nigga got to go over there and take care of all that other shit.
No, that's not true.
Stories and shit.
That's not true. That's not true.
You hear her complain about her husband or her boyfriend. That's about it.
Or, and this is from experience as a bachelor, Wes, not married Wes. You that side dude so good and you so much of a catch that they like, you know what? I'm in a relationship with you. He ain't getting no more sex from me. This is now. I'm just kind of around till I figure out what I want to do. And now she starts treating you like her boyfriend.
No, we don't do that.
But it happens. I'm saying it happens. We don't do that, right? That is not what we're supposed to do, but it happens. And sometimes as a man, which I have done, I have entertained it because the shit has been so bomb. So I might entertain it for like a month or two. And after a while, I'm just like, you know what? I don't think I can do this.
Where's your relationship insurance man? You seen the meme where he's like, "Oh yeah, you're the
one up for this one." Yeah.
Sorry. All right. Well, you know what? You want to get upgraded? Let's look at your whole facts. Did you smash one of the homies?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, you do not qualify.
Yeah. And when I say entertain it, I don't think she my girl. She thinks I'm her man. That's what I mean. Yeah, but it's like, shorty, you could never be because you are with someone else. Remember I told you that shit happened to me when I was at KFC. I'm like, yo, I was working in part time. Like, yo, you have a boyfriend.
Oh no, we weren't. I wasn't doing nothing like that. Because if she says he had a boyfriend, but she just wanted to crank, I'll crank it.
That's what I was doing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking about leaving him because I like you more. Whoa, hold up. No. We ain't doing that. No.
I ain't even.
This is fine where it is. Well, y'all, you don't want to be with me. I'm not good enough for you. I ain't saying that. But if you're gonna cheat on him with me, what would I expect from you going forward when you get bored with me?
And
well, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna get bored with you.
That's why you should never have a side, dude.
Yeah. Look, I would never. I wouldn't get bored of you. I said, you say that because you ain't got to deal with me. You deal with me when you want to.
It's convenient.
Not because you have to.
Right.
It's well, fine. If I'm not good enough to be with you, fuck you. Don't call me no more. Okay.
She came up with her own reason. Mm-hmm. He didn't think I was good enough for him. It's like, no. Your whole activities. And never mind you, I like those whole activities, but they are whole activities because I want you to be my hoe. It is not relationship activities.
Once you tell me that I'm the side dude, we ain't being together. I don't care how good you suck my dick or how good you fuck me. It's exactly where it's gonna stay. Like, even if you're like, oh yeah, we broke up. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, why ain't y'all getting back together? Like, what's going on? You need to talk about it.
I ain't even asking that.
No, you gotta ask those questions as the side dude because you don't want her to be trying to replace you as the main dude because now that comes with upgrading the policy. Now you gotta check the whole facts again. Like, hold on, did you do this? Did you do this? I don't know. Let me. Nah. Look, once you on the I'm the side nigga package, that's the package you're stuck with. There's no upgrade in that package.
So could the side girl? I ain't never had a side girl as my main girl either. Could your side girl, like, she don't know that you doing that or whatever?
Okay, so there's some ways to upgrade that policy. Okay. If you weren't upfront to begin with, so let's say you were upfront, like, look, I got a situation anyway, blase, that can't be upgraded. That's where it is.
Yeah.
If you don't, and you've been just that good, and you up and just leave whoever you're with to be like, look, while me and you be together, you can upgrade that package there because she ain't know. But any self-respecting man or woman, if they know they are the side person and the person who they've been messing around with that in a relationship says that I want to be with you, should already know, say no. Don't say yes. Don't say let's think about it. I would never discourage anyone from to keep fucking them. But once they say let's be together, nah, because you just for having a whole relationship, you were just fucking me all this time and sucking my dick or whatever and going back and kissing your man. I don't want to be that nigga. So no.
Ladies and gentlemen, advice from Uncle DeLaw.
Yeah, Uncle DeLaw.
Hey, yo, question for you: How do you and your household, or you and your wife, handle laundry?
You mean me and my wife, or me, the wife and the kid?
Either you and your wife.
Okay, we got our own shit.
Y'all wash our own clothes.
We wash our own clothes. So I have two baskets, one for my whites, one for my colors. She has just one basket, and she separates her whites and her colors.
Gotcha.
I ain't got time to be sitting there fighting through my clothes trying to separate my whites and colors. So I throw my whites in one, my colors in the other.
Gotcha.
And I'll separate the colors as I go. But if I had, because she doesn't have a lot of whites, so if I'm about to wash, she'll ask, can she put her whites in my whites?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's a whole nother thing. But in essence, we all wash our own clothes.
Gotcha.
For the most part.
Yeah, I got no many whites either because I didn't want to be separating shit. So I got like I got socks, white socks or whatever.
I mean, all it is tank tops and socks, really. Yeah, most tank tops and socks. And I, when we got together and I first moved in with her, instead of me going home and getting new clothes, I just kept buying more underclothes. So after a week passed, I buy some more. After another week passed, I buy some more. So now I ended up with a month's worth of underclothes. And it's just like, shit. Like, yeah. So it worked out in the long run that I don't have to wash clothes often. But now I have all these underclothes. So she'd be like, oh, I'll be like, is that my tank top? She'd be like, yeah. You have like 11 of them. I'm like, what? So you just gonna take it? You didn't say nothing? Yeah, I'm taking this one, and this one. So you gonna take three?
She like, do I gotta explain myself to you?
That's pretty much where it went. So I was like, wait, you just gonna take it? Yeah.
My wife, we handle laundry similar. She washes her clothes. She washes her own clothes. I wash mine because her laundry cycle, or sometimes like when she I ain't gonna say when I task her, but when she okay. So the dynamic of our situation is she says she'll handle all the chores and stuff like that because I pay the mortgage. That's what she said. However,
I can tell you that didn't happen. I can tell you that didn't happen.
I mean, I handle the mortgage. That's all I'm gonna say on here. What I would nobody.
I can tell you the other half of that situation ain't happening.
It happens. It just, it doesn't happen properly. Not all the time. But what I'm saying is we kind of handle our shit the same way. We kind of handle our shit the same way. Only because, like I said, the prompt shit. So, because sometimes she'll wash clothes, forget to put them shits in the dryer. I'm like, oh, my jeans. And I'm like, these bitches still wet and they stink. And now I got to wash them again. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing, right? So the promptness and shit like that, that's always kind of been like hit and miss. So the one thing I would do on my own is like the washcloths and towels and shit. Because it'd be times where we'll run through a whole bunch of, wash garments and shit like that. I'm like, oh shit, this is the last towel. Like, what the fuck all the time? Motherfuckers be downstairs in the basement, so I got throw a load in that bitch. And I'm like, that's just
what y'all swap them out every day.
Fuck yeah. Why not live like that?
You say we rich, nigga, y'all rich.
No, we're not rich. We got a bunch of towels. The same situation with your undergarments and shit like that. We just got like a bunch. No bullshit. We just got a bunch of towels and washcloths, so we can kind of do that. So it's kind of like, all right, there's usually a separate load for towels and washcloths and shit.
I mean, that's not a bad idea if we had enough. We ain't got enough towels and washcloths for that. Like literally, I would have to go out and buy a towel every paycheck just to have enough that, all right, here's 14 towels.
Yeah.
That's more than every week, and you just
probably got like more than that, man. That's because you got she moved in with her shit. I still have my shit, so it's just kind of like, boom, an abundance of towels and shit.
Yeah. See, when I moved in with my shit, it wasn't a lot of shit. It was. Look, when it boils down to the only thing that I think I came with when we got to the old place to come into here was the sofa I'm sitting on. The laptop I'm talking on, my clothes in the dresser and the TVs. That's it. Like, because she had like smaller TVs that she had in the house.
Right.
And I was the one that went out and got the 55 and the 70-inch. So I got the bigger TV. I brought the bigger TV. So, because she was like, yeah, you know, if we ever separate, you can have your TVs. I said, what the hell am I going to do with them? At this point, you might as well take them with you. Especially if you can go live somewhere, you might as well take the damn TVs with you.
Right.
But
the only reason I asked that is, oh man, what my job saying?
They saying bring your bitch ass in.
Nah, ain't no bring my ass in. I got, you know how you get added in the Outlook email and it shows. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Oh, this is something else. Yeah, so the only reason why I asked that because I was on like that's how we handle our shit or whatever. Like minus the promptness and stuff like that, we get the shit done. But that's one thing I'll take on myself because I'm like, yo, we need some tiles or we running skimp on the shit. Mm-hmm. But like I said, the only reason why I asked that I was on Reddit and this person was asking were they the asshole for asking their partner to help with household chores at their place, even though he has his own apartment. So in my head, I'm like, you try and work this motherfucker twice? And then when I started reading, well, I read part of it, but you'll get why I'm saying like, yo, maybe Uncle DeLaw needs to give some words of encouragement and advice to both parties here. So let's see what your advice is after hearing this. Damn, I didn't know she was that old.
That's how you start the host.
I didn't mean to say that. I am a 42-year-old female and have been together with my partner, a 36-year-old male, for over a year, and the relationship has been pretty drama-free so far. For the past 6 months, he has been spending roughly 6 out of 7 days at my place with me and my kiddo. 6 months, which is weird. From a previous relationship. I ain't gonna say which is weird. Shout out to y'all. We mostly hang out here because I have to be here. I have to be there for the kiddo and because he has roommates and I don't. To be clear, I love having him around. A few months after he started spending so much time here, I asked him to start helping with the household chores, though only ones which he contributes to, cleaning and garbage, or from which he benefits from, laundry and cooking, and use of my car. I know. I know. I do the great majority of all this, the work associated with my son, as well as the majority overall in household. Really, I only ask that he does the garbage, helps with the car since he uses it, and helps with occasional deep cleaning. He agreed initially, but asked me to ask him directly to do the things which I do. I even started making lists. However, he often forgets or puts them off so long that I end up doing them myself. His argument for not doing the chores is that he always has to maintain his apartment and also is making a sacrifice by not being at his place where he can pursue his hobbies. So his contribution in effect is that he is here. Just to be clear, we both work full time, work from home, split mutual costs evenly. Money is not the issue. Things blew up yesterday after I had a hard day at work with the kiddo. Hard day at work and with the kiddo. He is in the process of changing jobs and doesn't have much to do at work. So he has been gaming 6 to 8 hours a day this week. I found it really frustrating that I was struggling to get the laundry and cooking done in between juggling the kid and work. He was gaming on the couch all day. He got angry when I brought it up. I could have been a little less snarky and said that I don't acknowledge the sacrifice he is making by being at my place, that the benefit he gets from my work is negligible. I can never say that right. Negligible. Fucking retainers. Since I have to do laundry and cook for myself and my son, even if he wasn't here. Since the problem we have are since the problem we are having are roommate problems and not romantic problems, I suggested we go back to dating so that we can each have our own space and can pursue so he can pursue his hobbies at his place. He got really angry and accused me of trying to end the relationship. So am I the asshole? And I'm talking with a list because of these Invisaligns. It has been very, very hard to read with these shits in my mouth. Pause.
First question is, you seen the panel with the people on the meme, how they answer these questions?
Nah. Oh, yeah.
Are they black or white? They sound white as shit.
I ain't gonna lie, man. 42 and having a 6 month old.
Yeah.
What do you think that's black?
White.
Yeah.
Well, she said snarky.
White.
I know it's white.
White.
But yeah. we'll assume that we don't know the color and they're just people.
Yeah.
Number one, the guy ain't wrong. That ain't
what?
A damn kid.
Okay. So she ain't asking for help with the kid, though.
No. She had a hard day at work and with the kiddo and asked for help. She didn't specify what the help was with.
She said she only wants him to help with the garbage and with the car and things he benefits from, which is the car and laundry and cleaning.
Car and laundry.
And dishes and shit. That's what she said, I think.
She should be telling him, well, look, you ain't going to do if you ain't going to do the laundry, you need a trash bag to take your clothes back to your house and go wash them motherfuckers. Number two,
yeah,
he got his own spot.
With roommates at 36 years old.
Which means he still got his own spot that he's paying for. So the way I see it, limit his time being there. I get why you want him there, and she didn't say it, but really she want him there to have a man in the house. That's what that boiled down to.
I mean, they together. It's not because they want a man in the house.
You can be together and live separately.
That's what she's proposing now, though.
That's what she's proposing now. Because she says she can do bad all by herself now.
Nah, that's not how I'm seeing it. Uncle Wes is seeing it as this motherfucker is taking the situation for granted. All you got to do is fucking...
he freeloading this shit.
Yeah,
you freeloading ass nigga. I ain't saying that he not. I'm not saying that he ain't freeloading. I ain't saying that he taking advantage of the situation. I ain't saying that he not expecting her to do all that stuff, because in his head he's like, bitch, this your house.
Yeah,
right, this your house. We don't know the dynamic of what was said to get them to move it, to get him to move in, because it wasn't her moving in with him, it was him moving in with her. So she might say, well, why don't you just stay
because
here?
She had a car.
Yeah,
that's some typical freeloading ass motherfucker shit.
Guess what? He got about 15 roommates. One of them niggas can give him a ride or let him use the car. Shit.
Neither one of them probably have a car.
What Erykah Badu said, you better call Tyrone.
Yo, when I was reading this shit, I'm just like, so all this motherfucker gotta do is help his woman out, and he like, nah.
I'm not saying that he's wrong, but I'm also not saying he's right. Like if she says, "Hey, do you mind taking out the trash?" All right, cool, that's fine, because you're staying there. Or because she asked. But if you started saying this is your chore and it's not my house, that's a little different. I'll do it because you asked me to do it. But if I'm not there, so let's say like me and my wife.
How immature you gotta be because I heard the word chore? That's just like us telling women like, yo, just because you heard the word no don't mean you gotta throw a bitch fit.
Well, when you hear the word chore, I'm put it this way. When you hear the word chore, and in his case, when he heard chore, in his case, like, bitch, I don't live here. I can always go back to...
He agreed.
Yeah, he agreed. But in the case, he said, bitch, I don't live here. I can always go back to my own spot. It's one thing, me and my wife, we're here together. So when we say chores, it's because we both know we have nowhere else to go. This is the house.
I don't understand how y'all look at it that way.
when you're dating, especially like, let's say he was only spending 2-3 days over there. She says, well, I want you to be responsible for the garbage. She's going to look at her like, bitch, I'm not even here that much. This garbage is you and your child. You need to start making sure. But I get what you're saying, but how, hey, do you mind taking this trash out for me? It's a way you got to word it to some guys. you can't say, hey, can you help out with the chores? Because now it sounds like you're being, to him, he probably thinking like, oh, now she being needy. Now she want me to do this. She want me to do that. All she really had to do in the situation is, hey, I just had a rough day. Do you mind cooking? He'd be like, yeah, I got it. Hey, you know what? Do you mind taking that trash out? I normally would, but like, I'm just really, it's a way to say it for them not to feel like they're being told or chored to do it.
In this article, he said, "Can you just tell me rather than get me remember?" He said this. This is all on him. He said, "Yo, just tell me." That's what she said. He said. So
just tell me.
My whole thing is, I hear what you're saying, and I kind of agree with that. But this man is 36 years old.
Yeah.
That whole like you need to say it to me a certain type of way is just like your argument is kind of like I get it. However, with this guy, this hypothetical guy,
he's still a toddler. Come on. Just say it like it is. He's still a toddler.
That's what that shit sound like because I'm like, yo, that's the easy shit. How we'll clean? Yo, you cook, I'll wash the dishes. Like it ain't nothing to come over to the house. Like, oh, you see the trash is full, you take it out. You do this, you do that, this and that. You're there anyway. I used to do that shit in my wife's apartment when she had her spot. I would do that shit because she wasn't doing it. Right. And it was nothing to me because it's kind of like, yo, this is what you gonna get.
Yeah,
I'm motherfucking immature. And I'm not bagging on dudes. Not one of those things. I'm motherfucking immature. Ain't no way.
Well, no, he's definitely immature. I mean, because even like, I mean, mind you, when me and my wife got together, her son was 13, so he took out the trash. Yeah. So like even now, the one of the few jobs he has is to take out the damn trash.
Yeah.
I mean, we take care of everything else. Me and her do the cat litter. Me and her do the dishwasher. Me and her do the cat food, and I clean out the cat's water bowl. I change the air filters. Like we do everything else in here to make this comfortable, such as paying to make sure you can get online and cuss everybody out because you mad that they sold. Like nigga, you almost 18 years old. Why the hell you still online, acting like you a toddler? Like nigga, grow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
at some point, mind you, when he's gone, then it's going to fall down to DeLaw. It's your take out this trash, nigga.
Yeah, okay. And that's how I always seen it when it came to stuff like that. Like y'all cohabitating, y'all. This is it's for me. It's easy to take care of. How could you put it? Spaces that we share together, like a kitchen or bathroom or whatever, because neither one of us wants that shit to be dirty. Right. So if it's something that's a little messed up, you clean it or you clean up after yourself. Now, I was expecting to see some shit like most men probably wouldn't do, like, yo, I need you to go get my sons this, and that. I need you to go get this for me. Just like her personal stuff. And it's all them living together stuff. So It's kind of like, I understand that.
I'm not going to say that that's all it is.
He's there 6 days out of let's just say hypothetically, all the shit is true.
I'm not saying that none of this stuff is true. I'm just saying that it's, in my head, what I've always seen women do is they just point out what they think they're asking you, but not what they really have been asking you. So it's just like, oh, well, I've only asked you to do stuff around the house, but really you didn't ask me to do this, pick up this. You leaving out all the stuff that you're like, wait a minute, this is your personal shit. So I'm not saying that what she's saying is wrong or that she's not telling the truth. I need the whole story. I need his side.
You need his side.
His side.
She just wants to know she the asshole. You don't need his side.
Is she an asshole? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Am I? I don't think so. I mean, you act or something. You're not living together, but you living together.
It's also her spot. Like if you had your cousin over, your homeboy over, you would expect him to clean up after himself. What's the difference? You ain't washing his drawers.
Yeah. But is she washing his clothes?
She says she is.
Okay. She's washing his clothes. So he's
just because I'm pretty sure they're doing the laundry. They're putting the laundry together, unlike how we do it. They're putting the laundry together.
So he's
just benefiting.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying now.
I get what you're saying.
You freeloading us.
Man, it's time for you to leave that nigga.
That's what I was gonna say.
Or tell him, look, if you ain't helping me Monday through Friday, you should only be here Saturday and Sunday. And when I need you here.
Very true. Well, not even when I need.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that you need, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's quietly saying, and not only I need you here because I need to get fucked.
You're not pulling that shit on a 42-year-old woman.
Apparently he did.
No, he tried. He's trying because he hear what you just trying in the relationship. It's just kind of like, motherfucker, like you're not doing what I need you to do.
But see, this also falls in that category because think about it, you a 42-year-old with a 6-month-year-old and single.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you doing in your 20s?
Listen.
What were you doing in your early 30s?
I hear where you're going.
You know what I'm saying?
For the sake of this. For the sake of this. It sounds like
I'm not trying to be like Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm not trying to be like Kevin Samuels, but I'm just saying, you're 42. You're trying to find a mate, and now you're mad at the pool that's there when you had your pickings of the pool when you were younger, but you thought you were too young to get goddamn married. Now you got a 6-month-year-old. You're 42. Now looking at this dwindle pool when all the good niggas are gone because they got married to who they wanted to get married to. You can't complain about the pickings.
She ain't complaining about the pickings. Yeah. She ain't complaining about the pickings. She's just like, yo, this motherfucker, she's doing something about it. So she's not complaining. She's saying, yo, stay at your fucking house.
But you're right. No, she's doing something about it. And that's something that most women, they'd be like, oh, no, I got it.
They'll just complain all day.
She'll just complain about it. She'll find somebody. The difference between what Kevin Samuels said and what I would say is, even though you might have waited and all the good prospects are gone, or the ones you thought you should have got because you thought you were young or whatever, you're going to find somebody. It might not be the most ideal nigga, but you'll find somebody who checks your boxes off and it's like, okay, I'm content and happy with this person. You're going to find it no matter what age you are. But I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Matter of fact, when my boy came back from Texas, he was going to somebody's wedding. He said he's 65 years old, just found his love.
Listen,
so you'll find it.
My homeboy, his grandmother passed like a year ago, RP. Her husband, his granddad, had another chick lined up already. So he was like, his aunts and his mom was getting mad. He was like, yo, and he was like, till death do you part. Like, yeah, obviously granddad honored that, and then this is what it is.
Right. He went on oldpeople.com.
I don't even know. She might have been in the cut.
You think it was like when I won't say her name because I'm not gonna put out and I'm
gonna tell you like this: older folks, when at a certain age, like they might be married to somebody, right? And they might quote unquote fancy someone else. They would never do anything. They'll just keep contact and how you doing, Mrs. Jones, and make sure Mrs. Jones got what you need and this and that.
See, I've heard worse. I've heard some.
Oh, I've heard worse too. Double families.
Because I've heard like somebody's spouse be dying of cancer.
Oh, and they already on it.
Like I was dating this one chick, and her mom was dying, and she was like, I think my dad's like messing with somebody else because I found these condoms in his drawer, and I'm like,
why are you going through his shit?
Exactly. I was like,
looking for the weed.
I was
get it.
I was like, why are you going through his shit? I was like, why are you going through his shit? Like, no, I just kind of stumbled across it. Why are you in their bedroom, nigga? Mind you, I'm like 20-something years old. She 20-something years old. Why the hell are you going? What do you need in their room that you can't knock on their door and ask them for? And if they ain't there, wait for them to get there. And I said, well, if she's going through chemo and cancer and all that other stuff, I'm not sure how that works as far as protection, but maybe it's something that they were told that they needed to do. I mean, eventually the mom passed. It was sad. Me and her went together at that point, but she was like, yeah, my mom passed, blase, blase. And dad moved on. So maybe her suspicions were right. But I mean, I'm not saying he was out there fucking something else. Or maybe he was just really just getting prepared. But I've seen chicks who's, oh, he dying of cancer, but I'm about to get piped down by this dude. And then they die, and then all of a sudden she done moved on like a week later to another nigga that got bread. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of them things where it's just like people who do it like. And I was telling my wife, I said, you know, if anything was ever to happen to you, I ain't about to be out here looking for nothing else. I said 9 times 10, this is till death do us part. So if you going, I'm going too. I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
She was like, you better not kill yourself. I ain't saying I'm gonna kill myself, but this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. There ain't nothing after this.
That's what I've said the same thing, but I was very, very. Okay, let me say this one part. That whole like, yo, now she with another dude with bread. Like that's kind of how it had to be back in the day because it was kind of like, yo, someone needed to take care of you. Mm-hmm. So when that happened, you had to put yourself out there, and suitors were coming around the corner like, yo, Mr. Jones dead, so you know I can take care of you, Hattie Mae, or some shit like that.
I can imagine the amount of people or amount of guys who are just waiting for me to fuck up or whatever.
That's not what I was saying.
To pounce on my wife. I'm telling you.
That's not what I was saying.
Because I be telling my wife, like, I'm like, babe, because she cut her hair off, so we got the little short cut. I'm like, babe, I'm going to tell you like this. We're going to stop going out here looking all goddamn sexy. Because if I'm looking at you like this, I can imagine how niggas look.
Get your ass in the gym.
I'm in the gym.
Return the favor.
Return
No, we're not returning the Mac. I said return the favor. Have her thinking like, who these bitches think they are looking at my Mac?
Oh, you know, I've been walking around with the beer belly, but like, yeah, what's up, babe?
Oh my God.
What's up? Yeah.
Listen.
You heard of her of a keg?
Yo. Yo. Yeah, I forgot what I was about to say. Fuck. All I'm saying is, yeah, I told my wife the same thing. Like, yo, that's it. But also was truthful and was like, I don't think I'll ever get married. I was like, I'll be fucking around a lot. It's gonna take me some time to fuck around a lot. But nah, my marriage to you that's it. I don't want to be married to nobody else but you.
Yeah, I don't even know it depends. It depends on when it happened.
I don't care when it happened to me. It's just kind of like,
because
just like homegirl got that shitty ass 36-year-old. You don't think as you get older as a man it's going to be even. You think it's going to be better?
No, because I've seen the single ones who are older who either they got like 3 kids, ain't never been married. They've been married. They out here in these streets just looking to have fun. I'm like, and she's like, well, you know that maybe that might be a speed note. Because at the end of the day, if all it is that you out here in the street for real, what makes you think you got time for me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I was to become a widower, and I was like, all right, fine, I'm gonna get out there and just kind of see what happens. And I meet a Jane, we hit it off or whatever, and it always turns into I'm busy. Nigga, I ain't got time. Look, I ain't got but so much more life ahead of me. I get it. You got other niggas that you letting hit that jank because you got all this energy. But if you ain't, you know, if you ain't trying to rock with me, you ain't trying to rock with me. I ain't about to sit around like I was in my 20s. Oh, all right, yeah, cool. Yeah, just hit me when you free. Hit me when now we ain't doing that. Not at that age.
Right.
You either here or you're not here.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm busy. Okay, cool. And then if I go out and you with another dude, it's like, oh, all right, I see what it is. And then
that's exactly why I say I'll be out there, but I ain't taking nothing serious. You would have to be a heck of a person.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it serious. I mean, because even with that, I've been on the other end of that where someone be like, oh yeah, now I'm busy. Like, I'm going to bed, and I go out, and they there with another nigga. I'm like.
Listen, my homeboy going through stupid shit like that now, and he's one of the homeboys I told you halfway out there.
Yeah,
he's going through stupid shit like that right now, and he 37. So it's just kind of like
because shit. I told you when the chick called me and was talking about something, she gonna be tired at 9:00. It was 12 p.m.
Yeah,
I'm like, what? You're gonna be tired. You have
and this is why we are the best at what we do. For stupid shit like that, it's just like, come on, man.
It's like, come on.
You think I'm all the way retarded? Like, we know we can't say stuff like that to y'all, but you think you gonna say that to me? I'm gonna be like, you know what? Yeah. That's around the time people really.
Because I think what threw me off was she said she has Sunday classes, and I'm like, you got a Sunday class? I said, where? She's like, oh, it's at PG. I was like, I ain't never seen. I seen Saturday classes.
Saturday.
I think I seen
it's in the morning, and that's like,
I think I seen one Sunday class, and I think the Saturday class I had was from like 9 to 12.
Yeah, something like that.
Like it was like a 3-hour class, like 9 to 12. And I think I've seen one Sunday class in my whole life at PG. And it was like every other whatever. It was like a hybrid class. I'm like,
I ain't never seen no shit like that.
I was like, in my head, because when I was talking to the homie, our mutual homie, I was talking. I said, this bitch think I'm done. She really thinks I'm dumb as shit. I said, look, and you know how I told him, I said, I can guarantee you that dude you said she met before I showed up to the bar that night, that she got the number of price, said he wanted to do all this other stuff with her, blase. So when she had booked the date with me, he said, well, look, why don't you just come hang out with me? She just wanted to cancel with me. And I said, I can guarantee you. I said, ask your shorty. And he comes back, he's like, yo, you hit that shit right on the nose. I said, nigga, I've been in this game too damn long.
Too long.
To fall for dumb shit like that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on. He was like, well, then he's like, she said, well, how did you know? I said, he was like, well, he just knew. So then, guess where I get a phone call from? The chick. Oh, hey, yeah, I heard that you thought I was with somebody else, but no, I wasn't with nobody else. I said, and that's why I said, look, you ain't got to lie to me about shit. Look, we ain't dating. We ain't in a relationship. So if you want to do what you do, you do what you do. You just be upfront. Hey, look, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm about to go out with somebody else.
No, I just say you busy. You going out. You ain't gotta say all that.
Like, I ain't tripping. And I didn't fuck it up. I probably did fuck it up, but I didn't fuck it up. I was like, because no matter what, even though you canceled me, I still found something else to do.
That's what you fucked up at. I already know you did. Because
that was the G-rated version.
Yeah, I know. But see, here's the thing. When it comes to shit like that,
fell on some shit.
and I was telling my homeboys, I was like, I understand you've been out of the game for a while. We both have. I was like, but you need to understand. They just want you to say nice things. They want you to sugarcoat everything, and they want to feel good about the fuckery that they do. Yeah, I know. And that's how he is too, because he's too old for that shit. I'm too old for that shit. That's what I'm getting at. So it's kind of like, yeah, you fucked it up by saying the truth. But if you just would have said, you know, it is what it is, and left it open-ended, you know how that shit go. But yeah, I got time for that.
Look, I get it.
Closing remarks for Shorty. She not the asshole.
Closing remarks for Shorty. You are not the asshole. You're definitely not. Now, are you late in the game to be trying to find a good suitor? Yes. But you're not the asshole for asking him that to be here.
She might be divorced, man.
She might be. Listen, well, my thing is, you got a 6-month-old. Who was you with about the last year and a half with? Because that ain't his.
Her husband. Supposedly.
That was her husband. Probably another ain't shit nigga that she was asking to do the same shit that got her pregnant.
Listen. She not the asshole, and
nah, she not the asshole. Normally I would say, but no,
that motherfucker just need to start doing the bare minimum of like cleaning up after yourself. It ain't really that hard. That's weird to me. For you to be 36 years old, I'm expecting 26 or 20. 36. You still ain't figured that shit out. Something he got to clean up. He got to take care of his apartment as well. It's like, yo, if you got roommates, it's just your room.
Yeah,
and everybody collectively should be
contributing
to cleaning the house or wherever the fuck you at. So I don't really understand that. But on that note, everybody stop dealing with worthless motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Pretty much. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't deserve your time, your energy. They don't deserve to be in the same space as you if they're not taking out the trash, especially when they make it.
And if you're gonna deal with an ancient motherfucker, you might as well just get a cat.
Because they'll ignore you just the same way. Motherfuckers ever, man.
They'll ignore you. They'll ignore you the same way a regular nigga would. Just with.
That's the thing. My cat, she just annoy the fuck out you because she want attention. But
my cat's been a little needy recently. I'm just like,
because y'all left and you like, please don't ever fucking leave here again.
I mean, like,
who else am I going to ignore him if nobody's here?
I know I feed him the most. So anytime I'm like around, he just follows me. And I pick him up. I walk him around the house. And he'll just vibrate, whatever he be doing. I'm just like, whatever.
He likes you.
Yeah, right. Because right now it's his nap time.
She left. She gone. She heard my wife wake up. She's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. That's how Leo is with my wife. He hear me come in. He come running downstairs to see me. He's stretching. I pick him up. I toss him like, "Hey, how you doing?" He just start vibrating. I'm like, "Oh, okay, must have been a good day. Where's Mama?"
Ours just talks just all the time.
Right, yeah, ours don't talk. Ours don't talk at all. If he talk, it's because you bobbing him. He touches first. Or if it's late at night and it's dark and he don't know if we dead. Like, I'll go downstairs. What you need? And he look. And I'm like, come on. So I pick him up and bring him upstairs. So that way he knows we upstairs. I'm like, nigga, you done rubbed your glands all on us already. Like, you know who we is.
Nah, whoever it was, he woke up and when nobody was there. So like a toddler, just like, fuck everybody, go. Did they leave? It was like, just go upstairs and check.
Nah, that nigga, he stayed bothering somebody. I think he's not. Look, he over there laying down in the sun, just chilling.
Yeah,
he just stretched out in the sun, just having a good old life. See, if you need an ancient ass motherfucker, get a cat.
On that note, get a cat.
Get a cat.
Everybody for tuning in.